Let's get right after the Sky Mirror, huh? You can get the last 6 of these shows or so if you go to skymirrorastrology.com/TV to my website. But this is show number 1095. 1,095 weeks I've served you. And we're going to cover the last week in November, in the turbulent year of 2017. One of the neatest things going on is there's a new full moon coming up on December 3rd. We're going to get some action on this one because it's at 11 Gemini, which squares Neptune at 11 Pisces. Now Neptune is acting up pretty good, huh? This is December 3rd. You can see how I've drawn him really big. He stopped November 22nd. So that's what, 11 days later, there's a full moon squaring him. What does that mean, Mr. Astrologer? Well, it means that Neptune, nobody's going to like Neptune much. I notice it runs up through the Philippines, up through Hong Kong. You'll see that in the world. It has to do with floods. It has to do with liquids. It has to do with fogs and bad smells. And Neptune, I think of him as a bad guy these days. I learned from the Mayans. So this full moon coming up December 3rd means a month after December 3rd you're going to see troubles with Neptune. But, you know, it peaked out on the 22nd of November, so that's when your nose gets real sensitive. I can smell all kinds of things. Oh boy. You know, I notice it all the time. I start smelling stuff. A lot of it I don't want to smell. Americans in particular don't like smelling anything. But you have a very fine sense of smell. Well, we're going to run the moon around the edge of this planetary pattern and see what's coming up for you in your daily life. Remember now, this is a generic chart. It's not yours. Noticeable, Mars is opposing Uranus. You know, here's electrical fires, sudden rages, sudden misbehaviors on the part of the young guys. Yep, it's happening for you now. And Pluto is sextile Venus, so the girls are acting up. You know, they're powerful, sexy. The boys got electrical problems. And Neptune here, eek. Neptune has a square from the Sun at the end of your next week, because the Sun is moving through Sagittarius. So it'll get to 11 Sag your next weekend, not the one you're about to have, one after that. Then the Sun will be squaring that Neptune, and there'll be problems on the oceans and problems with liquids and petroleum and all those organic chemical things. As the Germans, you know, got into really organic chemistry, can make almost anything. I should know. Well, that's the planetary pattern. Mercury is moving up to stop on December 3rd, which means on that full moon there's going to be problems with communication and transportation. And oftentimes the wind doesn't blow very hard when Neptune stops, or when Mercury stops. It's stopping and trine to Uranus and sextile to Mars. So the wind and your mind and the words, you know, and the messages are doing pretty well. And Saturn is here. Aha! Saturn hits, you know, the 28-degree mark. Trines Uranus. So Saturn's in cahoots with Uranus. And Mars is opposing Uranus. And poor Chiron over here, the wounded healer, he's getting left out. Let's go beat up on the homeless again. Geesh. Friday, November 24th. Early in the morning, the moon squares Jupiter. Everybody's overdoing it. Before lunch, the moon squares, or hits the old full moon point. Squares it, excuse me. It was in Taurus. So there's a little lunacy and too much laughing and too much noise Friday morning. You'll see. Feel like you need help after dinner Friday night. The moon goes by the south node. Oh, we need help. Oh, don't eat too much. On Saturday, let me turn it this way, you see it more. Saturday the 25th, huh? Mixed bag. The moon's in late Aquarius. Starts here with a square to Venus, and you're tired. But in the middle of the day, it hits Uranus and Mercury. It's a sextile to Uranus, a sextile to Mercury, trine to Jupiter. Oh boy, Mars is hot, trine to Mars. There's a lot of energy here on Saturday, a lot. And happens around the middle of the day. Happens there's a new moon square. So there's a lot of exaggerated emotion here on this day. Pretty active Saturday. After dinner, the moon shifts into Pisces right here. These marks are about midnight, Pacific Coast, 2 a.m. in the morning, Hawaii. So on Sunday, the moon's solid in Pisces, and just after breakfast, the moon squares the sun. I got no ambition. I don't know what I'm going to do. Don't do anything Sunday morning. Won't turn out much anyway. Sunday night late after dinner, well, here's a nice trine to Jupiter. Got new things, new ideas. Aha! Now I see it clear. Yeah. So leave that project alone, because you'll have clarity Sunday morning. You'll have clarity Sunday night. All of a sudden, lightning bolts of truth from Jupiter. Jove, shock the rain god. Nice. Monday, the moon's still in Pisces, and between breakfast and lunch, here's a nice sextile to Pluto. Oh, excuse me. Is that Venus there? Yeah, that's Venus. Here's Venus. Pluto comes first. You know, discovery, power, control, and then Venus comes in after dinner. Nice trine to Venus. So Monday could be kind of sweet. Now, if you stay up a little too late, there's a square to Mercury. Confused communication, a lot of judgments and right-wrong arguments could go on. People could be stuck in it from late Monday night through early Tuesday. More better, you just keep your mouth shut. Good advice. Tuesday after lunch or after breakfast, the moon shifts into Aries right here. And when it does, it moves up and squares the sun. That's about dinner time. And Tuesday. And there's you can get a plan together and get a project started. Works out pretty good. What is this? I almost went by Chiron, the wounded healer, Monday night. They're out there taking all their belongings again. Poor Chiron as a seesaw, a semi-sextile to Uranus. The media just doesn't care. They don't want to watch. Saturn squaring him. I mean, these guys, it's deplorable what's going on with the homeless. Okay, Wednesday, here's a moon squaring Pluto. You're not going to like the police. You're not going to like the investigators. Power and control issues everywhere. Why does everybody think they have to control things? They got bad philosophy. They all think they're gods in charge or something. They don't realize that astrology works and what that means. Mantra years ago, row, row, row your boat gently down the stream. Merrily, 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 life is but a dream. Well, it's not a dream exactly, but it is kind of programmed, the stuff that happens. Your attitude is not. Is it half full? Is it half empty? That's free will. But it'll be hard to have any on Wednesday afternoon and evening. When you get to Thursday, on the 30th, there's an opposition to Mars early in the morning. You wake up, you're pissed off. What's going on? Well, those young guys wouldn't let me be free and independent. Moon went by Uranus. I want to be free. Tried Mercury. Let's talk. Freedom, independence. But then here's Mars. Is that a guy with a gun saying, no, you don't. Don't step out of line or else. All happening Thursday morning, the 30th of November. You know, in the middle of the day, the moon shifts into Taurus. All the vibes change again. That's it right here. Mellows out a little bit. And on Friday morning, we got another square, an opposition to Jupiter. Somebody's overexpanding much too early. Everybody's sleeping, and these guys are clowning around Friday morning early. But then they're a little bit drunk or stoned. Here's a sextile to Neptune. Turn that music down. No, it's my music. There's discovery and some policing that happens Friday night. And maybe all those police, or some of them are pretty good guys, you know. Poor buggers, they shouldn't have to carry guns around. Ruining America. Cowboy movies turn into policemen with holsters. Friday, December 1st. If you stay up late, midnight, 1 a.m. in the morning Saturday, here's a sextile to Kieran, the wounded healer. You'll find out we're treating those homeless terrible. Terrible. Saturday runs along feeling, we're okay, till you get to the middle of the day and the moon shifts into Gemini. And then here, 2, 3 o'clock in the afternoon, is the opposition to Venus. Those girls are out raising hell again. The Mayans say, Venus is in her morning phase, morning star, where she's evil. She's bringing down all these politicians, Weinstein, O'Reilly. You touched me there, it wasn't good, and I'll get you, and boy, they do. So Venus is a little you don't want to trust her right now. Morning star, she was called Lucifer. When she is the evening star, and she's a beautiful, wonderful lady. She's benevolent, but in the morning, no. That's what we got right now. Report that guy, he was looking up my ankles. Saturday, moon in early Gemini. It starts early, on Saturday, but it'll go through the day and into Sunday. And Sunday's a full moon at 12 Gemini. And there's some ladies who are a little bit overdoing it Sunday morning. So Saturday, Sunday, you got to watch them a little bit. There's exaggerated emotion around. And this is the full moon that squares Neptune. So there's some people are just spinning imaginative stories. And you'll start hearing about it Sunday morning. Don't believe anything. Those guys are all drunk. I notice it myself. You can't believe anything in the news anymore. It's all politicized. And everybody's, smiling and cackling like clowns. And there's no real thing being promoted. Some little thing happens, some tiny little piece of gossip. It goes on and on and on and on. CNN, Fox, MSNBC, they just keep repeating it. It's like they're staying in their little studios and not going out. Cowards. Well, Uranus is taking a hit from Mars. If you're in the media, you're probably wise not to go out. People won't like cameras. Wednesday night, Thursday morning especially. So once a week, this Mars-Uranus thing happens. Technical problems. Smell that wire burning? You better check it out.